Hello, dear listener. Before we begin tonight's story, take a slow breath in and let it ease out again. Feel the air move through you like a calm river that knows its way home. You don't need to do anything, not even try to relax. Just notice your breathing, the way your chest rises and falls, the soft rhythm of your heartbeat. Everything around you is still. Everything is safe and you can let your mind wander, like petals drifting on quiet water. Pause. Faint crackle of fire imagined. Now, if you wish, you may close your eyes. Feel how your body grows heavier with every breath. The air around you grows softer, warmer, as though candlelight itself were wrapping you in its glow. Your hands can rest, your thoughts can float, and your heart, steady and slow, can begin to follow the rhythm of my voice. Our story tonight begins behind old castle walls, a place where time has softened the stone, and ivy curls like gentle green lace across the towers. It is night, clear, silver, and sweet. The moon is full, brushing light across the earth like milk poured from a jug. And in that tender light, there is a small walled garden, a secret garden, the kind that blooms not for kings or queens, but for peace itself. This is where our herbalist tends her plants, her name, Elowen, a name that means elm tree, whispered in the tongue of the old isles. Her hands are small but strong, the color of honeyed clay. Each evening after the castle sleeps, she lights her lantern and steps into the night air to speak with her herbs. Her path is made of worn cobblestones, each holding the warmth of the day. As she walks, her linen skirts brush softly against the grass. The lantern she carries sways with her steps, casting slow golden arcs across the walls. There's no rush here, no noise but the rhythm of her breath, the whisper of her bare feet on the stones, and somewhere, far off, the low sigh of an owl. When she reaches the garden gate, she pauses. Her fingers trace the iron latch, cool, smooth, familiar. She always greets the garden before entering. It is an old custom, you see. Medieval healers believed that plants felt kindness, that the heart's tone could change the taste of leaves, that words, when spoken gently, could coax blossoms to open sooner. So she whispers, "Good evening, little ones. The moon is kind tonight." And as if in reply, the leaves shift ever so slightly. A soft rustle, like silk sliding over skin. Inside, the air is sweet with sage and rosemary. There's chamomile too, tiny suns sleeping among their feathery stems. The faintest trace of mint lingers in the corners, and lavender leans toward the path, offering her its scent like a dream half remembered. Elowen kneels beside the sage first. Its leaves are soft, almost furry to the touch. She strokes them lightly, as one might pet a sleeping cat. "Sage for courage," she murmurs. "For the weary knights who return to the castle with heavy hearts." She pinches a single leaf, inhales, and lets the scent steady her. Earthy, bright honest. A candle of moonlight flickers across her face. There are fine lines at the corners of her eyes, etched by laughter and sun and wind. But tonight she feels peaceful. The world has quieted. And here, in her walled sanctuary, she knows every sound. The drip of water from the stone spout, the hum of the night insects, the faint flutter of moth wings against her lantern glass. She moves next to the chamomile, its blossoms small and golden at the center. She hums to them, a tune she learned as a child. It's a lullaby of the fields, from a time when travelers believed that songs made herbs grow sweeter. Her voice trembles gently in the air, mingling with the cool fragrance rising from the soil. "Chamomile for peace," she whispers. "For mothers whose children dream uneasily. For soldiers whose hands forget how to unclench." She gathers a handful, lays them in her basket, and feels the tension in her own chest loosen. The night deepens. Stars blink awake one by one above the battlements. Somewhere a watchman turns a torch, its flame reflected briefly on her garden's leaves. But here all is still. Time seems to breathe with her. She reaches the rosemary, tall, slender, fragrant. Her fingers trail through its green needles. "Rosemary for memory," she says softly. "For those who have gone and those who will come. For the love that lingers." She closes her eyes and remembers her mother, a healer before her, whose laughter sounded like spring rain on stone. It was she who first taught Elowen to whisper to plants, to say thank you before harvesting, and to never take more than what the earth freely offered. A cool breeze drifts through the garden, carrying the mingled scents of sage and chamomile, rosemary and mint. It moves like a sigh through the night, lifting a curl of Elowen's hair, brushing her cheek with invisible fingers. It feels for a moment as though the garden itself is breathing with her. Slowly, deeply, peacefully. And in that shared breath, she feels herself begin to drift. Her thoughts soften, her shoulders ease. The air is heavy with the perfume of calm. She can hear her own heartbeat, steady as a drum somewhere far away, guiding her gently towards stillness. The lantern light grows warmer, slower, dimmer. Its flame bends slightly in the breeze, casting moving shadows that dance across the herbs. They seem to sway in time with her breathing, each leaf a pulse of living quiet. And as you listen now, perhaps you too can feel that rhythm. The hush between breaths, the soft pull of earth, the way calm begins not outside, but somewhere deep within the garden of your own heart. Slow whisper, and so our story tonight begins to unfurl, like a new leaf in moonlight. Take another breath, dear listener. Let it move softly through you, in and out. Like a tide that knows when to rise and when to rest. You are safe here. You are calm here. And as the night deepens, the garden opens a little more, welcoming you deeper into its quiet heart. Alawan stands, brushing the dust of crushed chamomile from her palms. Her basket now holds a little of each herb. A small bundle of courage, a handful of peace, a sprig of memory. The scent of them mingling is enough to make her eyelids heavy. It smells like warmth and home, and 1,000 slow evenings that never needed to rush anywhere. She walks to the fountain at the garden center, a shallow stone basin carved long ago, where water slips endlessly from a lion's mouth. The stream's rhythm is gentle and irregular, each drop a soft note in a song that never quite repeats itself. She dips her fingers into it, feeling the coolness settle through her skin, and then sprinkles a few drops over the herbs in her basket. Water remembers, she murmurs. It's something her mother used to say, a belief that water holds the echo of every kindness it's touched. So she lets it fall across the leaves, letting that blessing ripple outward, unseen but certain. The moon climbs higher, spilling silver across the stones. The garden begins to shimmer, not with magic, not exactly, but with that deep kind of stillness that only very old, very patient places can hold. The ivy at the walls glistens with dew. A moth settles briefly on the rim of her lantern, its wings tracing soft shadows on her sleeve. And somewhere faintly a nightingale begins to sing. Its voice is distant, like a memory heard through water. The notes drift, tender and low, and even the plants seem to lean toward the sound. Alawan closes her eyes. The song reminds her of a story the abbess once told, that herbs listened for music when the world was young, that they grew toward harmony, not light. So she hums again, matching the bird's tune, her voice no louder than a breath. You can imagine it now, the air thick with scent and song, your own breath joining the rhythm, your heartbeat slowing to the same calm tempo. The garden feels alive around you, not noisy or wild, but aware, as though it recognizes your stillness and mirrors it back. Alawan moves to the garden bench, an old one made from stone, worn smooth by decades of evenings. She sets her lantern beside her and sits, pulling her shawl around her shoulders. The flame glows through the woven fabric, casting patterns of gold across her lap. For a while, she simply listens, to the drip of the fountain, to the gentle hum of crickets, to the whisper of wind that moves through rosemary stalks. Every sound is unhurried, steady, soothing, each one like a thread weaving her thoughts into rest. Her eyes wander up to the tower beyond the garden wall, a silhouette against the moonlit sky. Somewhere up there, a candle flickers in the scribe's chamber. He works late most nights, copying texts by hand, each stroke of his quill accompanied by a soft rasp. Sometimes he writes recipes for healing tonics based on the herbs she grows. And sometimes when she brings him fresh leaves in the morning, he thanks her with a smile that makes her heart feel strangely light. She doesn't know his name, he doesn't know hers. Yet through ink and leaf their worlds touch in silence. The thought brings a warmth that lingers, gentle and unspoken, like the ember of a candle's last glow. She lowers her head and closes her eyes. The scent of rosemary drifts nearer, and for a heartbeat, she could almost believe it leaned forward to comfort her. Memory, she whispers again, is a kind of love that never needs to end. The words slip into the air and settle among the herbs like dew. And maybe, just maybe, you can feel that too. The soft ache of remembering something kind, something calm, something that once made you feel safe. Let that memory rest now, like a smooth stone in your hand. It doesn't need to be held tightly, just kept close. Above, the stars shimmer like distant candles. One falls quietly, leaving a faint silver trail. Elowen doesn't make a wish, she simply smiles. Because here, in her quiet garden, there is nothing she needs that she does not already have. The air, the earth, the moonlight, and the peaceful knowing that she belongs to all of it. The night feels full and round, like a cup brimming with calm. And as she sits there, the faint sounds of the castle fade away, the closing of gates, the far-off murmur of guards changing watch. Soon there is only the garden again, only breath and heartbeat and the slow drift of time. Elowen leans back, her eyes half closed. Her thoughts begin to loosen, to float like leaves in a gentle stream. She remembers the morning sun, the laughter of children at the well, the hum of bees over lavender. But even those memories start to dissolve into something softer than words. She feels her body grow heavy, her hands warm, her breath even and slow. Her lantern flickers lower, and somewhere deep within the garden, a single flower opens late, a pale bloom that catches the moonlight and holds it like a secret. Elowen watches it sway, she smiles, and you too can let yourself drift with that same quiet rhythm. Your body knows how to rest, your mind knows how to wander, and your heart knows how to slow, until thought becomes dream, and dream becomes sleep. The air is still now. The leaves whisper their last lullabies, and the herbalist, bathed in silver light, rests beside her lantern, the scent of chamomile rising all around her like a gentle sigh. Take another slow breath in, and let it go. Notice how your shoulders soften just a little more. Your eyes, even if closed, seem to rest more easily behind your lids. There's no effort here, no task, just the gentle rhythm of sound and stillness, like waves brushing the edge of the shore. Our story continues beneath that same silver moon. The castle lies deep in slumber now. From its tallest tower to its quietest cellar, the world is still, all but this small patch of life hidden behind its stone walls. The garden glows faintly, not with lantern light, but with something softer, something born from within the leaves themselves, a pale, living shimmer. It's the way moisture clings to chamomile petals, the way sage catches moonlight along the hairs of its surface. 1,000 tiny mirrors of calm. Elowen sits very still, listening to the hush between the sounds. Even silence, she has learned, has a texture. It's not empty. It's full of quiet things breathing together. The earth beneath her gives off a faint warmth, the echo of the day's sun. When she lays her hand on the soil, it feels alive, cool at first, then softly pulsing with the rhythm of deep roots below. "Thank you," she whispers, a phrase she has said every night for years. She thanks the soil, the water, the unseen life within both. And though her voice is no louder than a breeze, she swears she feels the ground hum back. It is said that in medieval times, healers believed gardens were sacred mirrors, each plant reflecting a human need, each root whispering something we've forgotten how to hear. Sage for courage, rosemary for remembrance, chamomile for peace. But the garden also heals by its presence alone. Even without the herbs, even without potions or tinctures, it soothes simply by existing. You might feel it too now, the way a soft image forms in your mind. Lantern light over old stone, the perfume of crushed leaves, a single nightbird calling from the wall. You can almost smell the damp air, feel it brush against your skin. It's gentle, not cold, like silk drawn slowly across your cheek. Elowen takes the bundle of herbs from her basket and ties them together with a strand of flax. She makes 3 bundles, one for courage, one for calm, one for memory. As she ties, she murmurs old blessings, words learned from her mother's tongue, sounds that carry no clear meaning now, but feel like comfort when spoken aloud. She lights another small candle from her lantern and sets it by the fountain's edge. The flame trembles, reflected in the rippling water. For a moment, it looks as though there are 2 flames, one above, one below, dancing to each other's breath. Then she begins her nightly ritual, the sleeping draught of the garden. It is not a potion to drink. No, it is a potion to breathe. She crushes the herbs gently in her hands, releasing their oils into the cool night air. Sage first, sharp and earthy. Then chamomile, sweet, like warm hay. Then rosemary, crisp, like pine after rain. The scents swirl together, carried on the same air that moves the candle flame. She breathes it in and invites the night to breathe with her. Each inhale deepens her calm, each exhale lets go of another layer of the day. You can do the same if you wish. Breathe in slowly, as though drawing that mixture of scents toward you. And as you breathe out, imagine letting go of whatever still clings to you. Let it fall like petals. Let it drift away. Elowen closes her eyes and her mind begins to wander. She imagines the castle in the daylight, the market stalls, the laughter of children, the smell of bread from the kitchen halls. But the images grow softer, like watercolor dissolving in rain. Instead, she begins to see something else. The memory of her mother in their first garden, her hair bound up in a simple cloth, her voice steady as she recited each plant's story. "Rosemary for memory," her mother had said, pressing a sprig into her palm, "so that the good things stay." The child Elowen had asked, "And the sad things?" Her mother smiled gently. "Those too, but time will make them softer." The memory fades now, but its feeling lingers. Elowen opens her eyes to the present. Her garden is still there, the same peace, the same rhythm. And perhaps she understands what her mother meant, that peace is not the absence of sorrow, but the way the earth cradles it quietly until it no longer hurts. A small sound draws her attention. It's not the fountain nor the night birds, it's the gate. The iron latch lifts slowly, carefully, and a shadow steps through. It's the scribe, the one from the tower. He carries a small bundle of parchment beneath his arm and a candle cupped in his hand. Its light trembles as though nervous. Elowen smiles softly, though she says nothing. He returns the smile and bows his head slightly in greeting. "I could not sleep," he says, his voice quiet as falling dust. "The ink was restless, my thoughts too." She nods toward the bench beside her. "Then sit, the garden forgives restless minds." He does. For a moment, neither speaks. They listen together to the drip of the fountain, the hush of leaves, the murmur of the night. After a while, he asks, "Do you always whisper to them?" "The plants?" She nods. "They like to be noticed." He tilts his head, curious. "And they answer?" "Not in words," she says, "but in calm." "You'll feel it soon enough." He takes a slow breath. Already the tension in his brow begins to fade. He glances around, at the way moonlight pools on rosemary leaves, at the mist curling over chamomile blossoms. His eyes grow heavy, not with sleep yet, but with a quiet he had forgotten existed. Elowen watches him with a small, knowing smile. There is something healing, she thinks, in simply sharing silence with another soul. The candle between them flickers. The fountain's rhythm slows. Somewhere the nightingale begins again, a melody that drifts like a lullaby through the air. And under that silver moon, two quiet hearts breathe in unison, surrounded by the scent of sage, the whisper of rosemary, and the hush of chamomile dreams.